dog chain with the cuts on. Pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. With these stories, we fix old take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass from the first voice echo in a little kid's room. 2 million streams taking every little room. Change this all, we just changed the same game. New way to snow out. Am's the kings. Hey, we bang, you feel that ring. Old school, hard in school. Snowman run the yard every playoff. Turn it up and the boot go up for some side. It's that hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to stream kings. Tiny room, big sky, that voice cut through. First time I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a side. The front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call. Got a crew on the headset. We're answering the ball. Dr. K with vision. Reason feel like a scheme. Two-string kings. We bring that cool heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the booth go out. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide. Down. This that when the kickoff swings from you string. Big dog chain with the cuts on deck, make the open field like a goal line check. Night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix, we measure every yard with these stories. We fix all take, new tech, same chill in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass from the first. We just changed the route, same game, new way. Let the snowman shout. From AM dreams to the stream kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school hard in the new school thing. Snowman, let the booth go out from the south side bedroom to the nationwide down. It's that hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to stream kings. Southside Stadium, tiny room, big sky. First time I heard the fight. Crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass. One call, one quarter, I knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the wave, every place so clear, turn that little south side room in the front row here. Turn the ball, Dr. K with the vision. From AM3s to String Kings, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the move go wild. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that here when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to String Kings. You streams to String Kings. Big dog chain with the cuts on deck. Make the open feel like a goal line check. Pass pop louder when the beat drop in. Every fan in the chat like lock us in. Cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix. We measure every yard with these stories we fix. All take, new feel in your chest. You can hear that band, you can smell that grass. My first voice in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking that way. Let the snowman shine. The String Kings, hey, we bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the move go. Go out from the south side bedroom to the nationwide down. It's that hit when the kickoff swings from AM dreams to String Kings. To String Kings. Southside static, tiny room. Big sky, that voice cut through. Crowd in the speaker, cold wind on the glass. One call, one quarter, I knew. School down. Hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Wayne on the waves, every place so clear. Turn that little here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call. Got a crew on the headset, we're answering the ball. Screen from AM3 to String Kings. We bring that bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the move go out. From the south side bedroom to the nationwide dial. This that hit when the kickoff swing. You streams to String Kings. With the cuts on that pop louder when the cold night bowls, warm glow on the face. We got legends in the clips, but we're setting the pace. From the chains on the field to the chains in the mix. We measure every yard with these stories we fix. All take that grass from the first voice echo in a little kid's room to a million streams shaking every living room. We ain't changed the soul, we just changed the route. Same game, new way. From AM ring, old school hard the new school thing, Snowman run the yard every playoff game. Turn it up, let the whole thing dreams to two streams kings. Southside steady. Tiny room. Knew this feeling would last. Old school dial, hand on the knob, painted in my mind like a sideline job. Rain on the every place so clear, turn that little south side room in the front row here. Fast forward, I'm the one on the call, got a crew on the headset.
Real quick.
With the vision, reason feel like a skin rise to your screen. From bang, you feel that ring. Old school heart in a new school thing. Snowman run the yard every.
Quit. Has been waiting for. It's the fifth-seeded Oregon Ducks against the top-seeded Indiana Hoosiers for a spot in Miami to play for a national championship. And good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Snow. Happy to bring this to you. Our pregame show tonight is presented by One Apart. I've been waiting for this one for a while because my wife and I talked, who is my booth producer this evening. We talked a lot about how bad Indiana football was and how they hadn't won a bowl game since 1990 until New Year's Day this year when they destroyed Alabama 38-3 was that final score. I got a few technical things going on here, but we're going to bring this one to you tonight, doggone it. I am determined to bring this to you after what happened after tonight. Minutes away kickoff from Mercedes Stadium. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Right now in their road white uniforms with the apple green numbers and lettering. Not going to have this happen again tonight. I think I know what the problem is, and we're going to solve it right now. So, there. That's one. There. That should do it. All right. At this point, as the captains are now, and guess who they lost to? The Indiana Hoosiers. And why is this frozen? There it is. They lost to whom? The Indiana Hoosiers. Meanwhile, the Hoosiers raced through the Big Ten. They beat Ohio State in a defensive slugfest. 13-10 was that final score. And so, being the number one seed, Indiana will wear the home crimson jerseys tonight with the white pants. They have the goes with the white uniform numbers and the yellow lettering, and they're getting ready for the coin toss right now. They're in the second half, and Indiana will opt to win the championship. Well, they got to take care of business here first. And as Kurt Signetti led his team to the playoff last year in the first, they had to go in the first round. They had to go on the road, and they beat. Pardon. This may be more of a defensive slugfest. We picked this game on Snowman in the morning for the big dog Shane Lake. Expected this to be, walk from left to right, hit over the 20-yard line. Byron Baldwin made the stop, and that's where Oregon will begin their first march up. It's been their identity play. am prepared for it. To fix something really quick. So stand by with me, everybody. So Oregon will start at the 20, 1st and 10. Dante Moore. Back to throw. It's picked off. It's picked off by D'Angelo Pons at the 25, and he's out of here. 10, 5, touchdown, Indiana. What? Up 6-0, says my beautiful wife, Jody. D'Angelo Black picks off the opening pass of the game from Dante Moore and races to the end zone from 25 yards out. What? You gotta be kidding me with this start. So Indiana is out of the game. 2025 college football playoff on Snowman and Multimedia Sports. I did. Wow. Wow. So D'Angelo Pons gets the party started with a pick six. Quinn Warren will kick off again as we get ready to get back to play. And he takes it 2 and Oregon will start at it is 7-0 Indiana. And on first down, De'Ari I'm going to play that. If Indiana wins, I'll play that song tonight. Another one bites the dust. Second down and 6. Harris the call, running right. And he'll get a first down as he's rushed out of bounds by Jamari Sharp to the 36-yard line. New set of downs for the Oregon Ducks. D'Angelo Pons made and Jamari Sharp made this tackle, and it's first down for Indiana. On first down, Dante Moore looking, throwing, complete to Jay Harris out to the right. He'll pick up a dozen to the Oregon 48. Aiden Fisher on the stop. First down, Oregon, and they're moving. spun nothing. It's the college football playoff semifinals. Kenneth Clark is with us. Dalton Black, AB Media, and AB Media says, "Wait, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready either." It'll be 1st and 10 for Oregon from their own 48. Harris waits, takes the belt high shotgun snap, hands it to Jay Harris, and Harris runs left. And he'll get 3. Tyreek Tucker on the stop. Second down and 7. Coming up for Indiana. And they're playing fast here. Moore takes a shotgun snap, looks to throw, and now fires deep for Jamari Johnson, and it's incomplete. Is with us saying, "Hey, my friend, how are you doing tonight?" Maybe I didn't understand the end of your sentence, sir. I'm sorry. Third down and 7 coming up for the Oregon Ducks. 12:05 for the opening quarter. Pick 6 began the game. I am not making this up, folks. A pick 6 began this game. Moore back to pass, looking. He throws over the middle, and that pass is caught by Malik Benson, and he'll scoot out of bounds at the 40-yard line. First down, Oregon. Needed 7, got all 7. And they get a new set of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. Again, they go tempo. Hand off Jay Harris, and Harris up the middle for a gain of 3. Amari in the opening quarter. In case you missed it, it's 7-0 because Indiana said, "F this, we're getting started early," and they started with a pick 6. Crazy, I know. At the end, as you folks are listening along at home with us, second and 7. Back to the ground for Harris. Harris up the middle for a gain of 4, or off to the left for a gain of 4. Aiden Fisher and Elijah Hardy, Oregon Ducks. I might have to change this setup during a timeout until I figure out how the heck I can do this in StreamYard and not have it skip all over the place. It's third down. Moore back to throw. He will throw over the middle. That is complete to Jay Harris. He'll pick up 5 and a first down. Isaiah Jones with the stop. And the Ducks are moving with under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Trailing 7-0. Yes, you heard that right. Trailing 7-0. How the heck did that happen? I told you how it happened. It was a pick 6. So now Oregon starts from this new set of downs from the Indiana 28. In the opening quarter. For the Indiana Hoosiers, second down and 10. We approach 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Oregon coming right to left. as we see it and as you folks are listening along at home with us. Kenyon Sadiq with his first catch for the night, down to the 21, down to the 17-yard line. Isaiah Jones forces Sadiq out of bounds, but another first down for the Oregon Ducks. 8:29 and counting left in the opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers on a pick six, but Oregon looking to respond in a hurry. And a first down for the Oregon Ducks. They're down to the 17-yard line. To try to slow this Oregon pace down. 4 left in the opening quarter. And a 7, Oregon nothing, but the Oregon Ducks are on the move. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Gina MPF says, have a great stream, Snowman. Thank you, Gina. Appreciate timeout. Indiana leading Oregon 7-0 on a pick six by D'Angelo Pons. So quickly. Screen crash. Thank you, Google Chrome, for that. Here, do this. On 1st and 10, Jay Harris gets the call running right, and he's going to get popped and dropped for a loss of 2 back to the 19-yard line. Mikhail Kamara and Elijah Harry combine on the stop. It'll be second down and 12 for Oregon. Second down and 12. Incomplete. And now Oregon faces a long third down. Third and 12 coming up for the Oregon Ducks. That pass was intended for De'Air Hill. And it's 3rd and 12. Moore back to pass, looking, throwing up the middle. Okay, at least so far. Holy cow, we're going to go. This game is going to be crazy. And with 7:11 remaining in the first quarter, on the field, testing in Alabama. 7 remaining in the first quarter. Indiana says, "Oh yeah, I get." Gotcha. Oregon, and I'll read a few things straight in a couple of minutes. 7-7 tie. This is the 2025 College Football Man Multimedia Sports.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Tie here in the college football playoff semifinal game between the Oregon Ducks and the Indiana Hoosiers. Hoosiers struck first on a 25-yard interception return by D'Angelo Pons. Oregon says, I got you. They go 13 plays and 75 yards, and they even the game at 7 with 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And for the first time tonight, we will see the Indiana offense and see how they manage against this Oregon defense. An Oregon defense that shut out Texas Tech 23-0 in the Orange Bowl. I'm just about ready to get back to work. 7-7 tie. Sappington kicks off. And it will go to and through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indiana will come out to the 25-yard line. Be first and 10 for Indiana from their own 25 in a 7-7 tie with 7:11 remaining in the first quarter. On first and 10, they give it to Roman Hemby, and Hemby is only going to gain 1 to the 26-yard line. Second down and 9 coming up for Indiana. And Indiana's got to respond to this. Second down, Mendoza back to pass, looking, throwing, and it is complete to Elijah Surratt to the 31-yard line. Gain of 5, third down and 4 coming up for the Hoosiers. You don't want to go 3 and out against this Oregon offense. 4 from the 31. And as I said, for Indiana, you got to have 6:26 open quarter of play in a 7-7 tie. Third down, does a back to throw. Looking deep over the middle. It is caught by Elijah Surratt. Down to the Oregon 47, down to the 46-yard line. Dylan Tiemann with the stop, out of bounds. First down, Indiana. I told y'all this is going to go back and forth. And now Indiana playing tempo as they give it to Roman Hemby up the middle. He'll gain 4. Jerry Mixon on the stop. Second down and 6. Second down and 6, and we get a flag. And this indicates to me a false start against the Hoosiers. So they'll move back to the 47-yard. 11. So instead of second and 6, it'll be second down and 11. As mentioned, Khalil Benson, the guard, on the all start. 4:57 left in the opening quarter. In a 7-7 tie, they get to Kalen back the middle, and Black David, good run by Kalen Black. And Dylan Tiemann stop. And another big down, going to be third down and 4. Third down and 4. Coming up for the Hoosiers. 44 left in the quarter. Hoosiers moving left. I see that folks along by Riley Kowakowski, and Kowakowski's going to get the first down. Victor Locke is with us, my long-time engineer. Are you ready for some championship? I most certainly am. And now Indiana go tempo as they give it Kalen Black in the middle. He will get 6 down to the 29. Ashton Porter in 4. Because I want to be able to deliver this and then cut it up for high with everything intact. On second down, they give it to Hemby up the middle. Hemby's through. Hemby down to the 17-yard line. First down, Indiana. Aaron top Oregon does another first down for the Indians. There on March. Wins this ball game. And that's exactly what it looks like it's going to be. First down, Indiana. 2:30 left in the opening quarter. 7-7 tie. Down to the 6-yard line as he's ushered out of bounds by Devin Jackson. First and goal, Hoosiers. And they are responding, and fast. First and goal for Indiana from the Oregon 6-yard line. And again, they get to Hemby. This time he's going to go backwards, and he'll lose it. Back to the 8-yard line, and Porter on the side. 1-2 left in the opening. Got their points on a pick six. Oregon marched down the field, 13 play, got the touchdown. And now the end of on second and goal. Receivers all over the place. Single back offense with Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, who is going to pick Mendoza the up NFL draft. That's the big question circling that trophy winner. The Blackhawks 1-0 at the United States scored. They lead the King. Hard touchdown, Indiana. And Indiana is back in front. Oh, is going to go back. Oregon responded, and Indiana responded. They did. Extra point by Nicholas Radich, by Nick Radich. Good. And you're scoring with 4 seconds left. I'm going to make one of them right now. Stand by, everybody. I hate to turn the set off. I hate to do it, but there. I'll be back. There, that's better. No, it's not. Little visual effect. And we'll do that. Okay. I hate doing it this way, and I love all the set and everything, but I have to get the power going back again. I have to get the power going again. I got to get some more power from my computer. And Indiana will kick off again. I know usually you guys see me with a whole big set and everything, but there's a couple of glitches that are going on right now that I'm going to take care of. So we'll do this the basic way until I get all the glitches taken care of. 14-7 Indiana in the first quarter. Indiana goes 75 yards in 11 plays, 6:31 off the clock, and they pay it off with Fernando Mendoza finding Omar Cooper for 8 yards and a touchdown. And I think I figured out what the problem was. I think I figured out what the problem is and how to correct it. I figured out what the problem is because I don't want to. There you are. I did, dagnabbit. There we are. All right. Quinn Warren to kick it off again, and he goes deep, and it is 2 and through the end zone for a touchback. And Oregon will take it at their own 25-yard line. As we get back to work, how did y'all like that finish with Miami and Ole Miss? Think it was a good one? I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So now Oregon gets the ball back, trailing 14-7. There we go. There we go. I don't care if I don't have all the bells and whistles. As long as I deliver a great broadcast, a great audio broadcast, and you all can see me here on camera, which you can, and that's all I needed. That's all I need. I'm going to find a way to do all the tricks that I do in OBS, either here in StreamYard or I do it on Restream. One of those two options. Jay Harris up the middle. He'll gain 4 to the 29. Aiton Fisher on the stop as we come to the end of the first quarter. And your score at the end of 1. Indiana 14, Oregon 7. Let's pause for this timeout. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. 14-7 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers. A pick six and a 11-play, 75-yard touchdown march. Puts the Hoosiers in front. Oregon got their score on a 13-play, 80-yard march. That made it 7 apiece at the time. And we're just about ready for the second quarter as we wait for the television broadcast to come back from a break. Here's our first quarter question of the night. Did you have Miami on your bingo card to make it to the national championship? I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to say no. I want to find a way to do all the tricks that I did in OBS here in StreamYard. All right, get ready to start the second quarter from Atlanta. Fans all over the place. They are split, but there's a lot more red than green. Kenneth Clark says that game was good last night. I agree. That game was good. That game was good. I'm going to visit a few friends at halftime, or I may do it tonight with a raid. Second down and 6 as we start the second quarter. 14-7 in favor of the Indiana Hoosier. Jay Harris is in the backfield along with Dante Moore. Team switch directions. Oregon now working left to right as we see it. And as you folks are listening along at home with us, they give it to Jay Harris up the middle. And Harris is going to get 2, 3, and maybe 4 to the 33-yard line. That leaves third and a deuce. And if you're Indiana, you'd love to come up with a stop here. But these Ducks are tough. On third down this season versus on October 11th, they were 3 for 14. They're 3 for 3 tonight. And they got a big one here on third down and a deuce. 14 and a half remaining in the half. 3rd and 2. Indiana fans making noise. Harris stands to the left of Moore. Kenyon Sadiq lined up to the right as a tight end. 2 receivers out to the right, 3 including Sadiq. They give it to Harris, and Harris is going to go backwards. He'll lose one. Mikhail Kamara, Isaiah Jones on the stop for the Hoosiers. And Oregon goes 3 and out, and they'll punt. Oh, baby, what a stop. Yeah, I know what to do. If y'all like what you see and what you hear, why don't you help out my family and I with a Cash App or a Super Chat? Anything that'll help not only my family, but help this studio and this company grow. That punt is downed at the 18-yard line of Indiana. It's a 50-yard punt, no return. And now Indiana gets the ball back. Up 14-7. I got to find a way to incorporate all the tricks that I love using in OBS and do it here in StreamYard. If anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it so I don't have my broadcast jumping all over the place. If that makes sense. While you're at it, if you have the means, you can also make a donation to Snowman's Road to Recovery by visiting GoFundMe.com/Snowman's Road to Recovery. Now, for some cabbage soup with a little sausage in it. My wife made this. I had a bowl last night. I'm probably going to have 2 of them tonight. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. We got a few more episodes of Snowman Learns to Cook on a Budget in the works, folks. Okay. I'm getting a few ideas of how I can copy all the magic that I do in OBS over to StreamYard. And I think I know how I'm going to do it. It's going to be I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit. Let me find some friends to raid here real quick. Let's do some raids, folks. Let's do some raids. The Indiana Hoosiers, AB Media, are the Big Ten football champions. And now they are 3/4 away from a trip to the national championship game that we will have next Monday, the 19th. Fernando Mendoza started 19 games at California and transferred to Indiana. He led them to the Big Ten He led the Hoosiers to the Big Ten championship. And now he's playing, hopefully, for a national championship. But they got to win this year. Kalen Black up the middle is going to get stopped and dropped. Dylan Tiedemann on the stop for the Oregon Ducks. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Indiana. Second down and 10. Kalen Black in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They give it to Kalen Black, and he'll get stopped at the 20-yard line by Bryce Betcher and Tatum Tuioti. 3rd down coming up for the Hoosiers. Mendoza in shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the right. Snap to Mendoza, back to throw. He avoids the blitz, and Mendoza takes off outside 20, 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 1st down, Indiana, out to the 41-yard line. Man alive. 21 yards and a 1st down for the Indiana Hoosiers. And here they go again. Jacoby checks in. Junior Kobe 24. He says, I have to go. Have a nice one. You have a nice one too, buddy. I might flip my OBS back on or make a setup here at halftime. They give it to Black running left, and Black will get knocked down by Betcher at the 45-yard line. And there's a penalty flag. A personal foul below the waist against Oregon. That's another 1st down for Indiana. That's 15 yards down to the Oregon 40 and a 1st down. And if you're Indiana, you would love nothing more than to put this in the end zone. First penalty of the night against Oregon for 15 yards. Indiana's been penalized 1 time for 5 yards. 1st and 10 for the Hoosiers at the Oregon 40. They give it to Roman Hemby up the middle, and Hemby will get 2, maybe 3. Down to the 37-yard line. Mateo Uilagalele with the stop for the Oregon Ducks. 11:05 remains in the 1st half. 2nd down and 7. Mendoza is a Haas School of Business graduate. Man, oh man. Mendoza takes the belt high snap, looks left, throws left, batted down and incomplete. Betcher gets a hand on it. And it'll be 3rd down and 7. I don't feel right with the setup that I have here, but if it's going to save power on my computer and I can find a way to dress this up, then I'll be all right. I'll find a way to dress this up. 3rd down and 7. Got to have this if you're Indiana, if you want to put some pressure on Oregon. Snap to Mendoza, back to throw, looking, and he is, nope, ball comes free. Mendoza still has it, and he is sacked. Nasir Wyatt finally corrals the Heisman Trophy winner, and it's 4th down, and Indiana will punt it away. So it's a loss of 20 on that play. And what happened? The ball was stripped. Mendoza able to get it back, save the possession. But Indiana will have to punt it away on 4th down. Mitch McCarthy punts it away, and it's taken inside the 10-yard line, racing to the left and brought down at the 14. Gary Bryant on the return. He gains 5 on the return out to the 13-yard line, and that'll send us to a timeout. 9:35 remaining in the first half. It is Indiana 14 and Oregon 7. Back after this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right. Charles Adderley in the house with this, and we got a raid from PAS coming. PAS Network is in the house. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Bombman, for being here. Smash them free subs and hit the like button to show some love. Thank you, Charles. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks to the folks at the PAS Network. That's Pure Adrenaline Sports. My buddy Big John's on the call for this game, and I truly appreciate y'all stopping by. I really do. I appreciate everybody that checks in with us throughout the course of the night. My wife got me a electric blanket for Christmas that I use here in the office because I'm on blood thinners and I get cold pretty quick. And I love this blanket. What I'm going to do at halftime is I'm going to put together a new setup where y'all can see some of what I did with OBS, but I'm going to transfer it over here to StreamYard because it eats up a lot of space. Dante Moore, transfer from UCLA, now in Oregon, on first down, fakes the throw. That ball is loose, and Indiana's got it. Indiana ball, first down and goal from the 3-yard line. Second turnover for the Oregon Ducks. That ball was stripped by Landino and recovered by Landino at the 3-yard line. So Indiana with a chance to go up 2 scores after all. And his running back was the one that knocked it out of his hand. First and goal, Hoosiers at the Oregon 3, 9:29 remaining in the half. And if you're Indiana, you have no other option but to punch this in the end zone. Second turnover of the night, and Indiana looking to turn it into points. First and goal from the 3. Mendoza in shotgun, Omar Cooper in motion. They give it to Kalen Black, and Black leaps over a tackler, and he'll get knocked down to the 2-yard line. Second and goal from the 2. 9:19 remaining in the first half. And Indiana with a golden, and I do mean a golden opportunity to extend this to a 2-score game. 50 yards rushing for Indiana, 22 for Oregon. Second and goal. They give it to Kalen Black again, and Black flipped over a tackle, is short of the goal line. It'll be third and goal from the 1. You know what you do if you're Indiana? You give it right back to him. You give the ball right back to Kalen Black and let him finish this 3-yard drive. 8:34 left in the half. Indiana 14, Oregon 7, but Indiana knocking on the door thanks to a fumble recovery, trying to take advantage of their second turnover of the night. Each team 3 for 4 on third downs. You'd love to have this one. They give it to Black up the middle. He's in! Touchdown, Indiana! What a start for the Hoosiers. They're up 20-7 with the extra point to come. And the entire state of Indiana has invaded Atlanta, Georgia, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nico Radicic for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, good. And with 8:17 remaining in the first half, it is Indiana 21 and Oregon 7. Let's pause for this timeout.
Join Ryan McCarthy
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
and Dustin Henry
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
So this big fella decided to join me. Hi, Banks. Banksy, what are you doing? 21-7 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers. My goodness, what a start for the Hoosiers. All you got to do is finish this ball game out, and you're going to Miami. End of one, the Jets lead the LA Kings 2-0. The Caps scored again. They're still in the first period. They lead the Blackhawks 3-0. Bandman said, well, that's about the worst thing that could happen to the Oregon Ducks. Yeah, you're right about that. It is 21-7 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers, and they're getting prepared to kick off a game. Tomorrow we'll have the late playoff game with the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers from what's going to be a frigid Soldier Field. 8:17 left in the half. Indiana forced 2 turnovers, and they've scored 2 touchdowns. Quinn Warren will kick it away. Off and rolling. It'll go to the end zone for a touchback, and Oregon will start from their own 25-yard line. If you like what you see and what you hear, drop us. You can hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the Cash App to help me and my family, and the Super Chat also helps. And you also can hit the GoFundMe that you see at the scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Y'all are going to see me live try a new setup. I'm going to try to set it up at halftime. If nothing else, I'll get through this game and then have a better setup for tomorrow. Up the middle comes Jay Harris, and Harris gets nothing and likes it. Second and 10 coming up for Oregon. 8:04 left in the half, and Oregon trying to go breakneck fast pace. They need some chunk plays, and they need it quickly. Second and 10, 7:55 left in the first half of play. 3 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. Moore alone in shotgun formation. Snap to Moore, looking to throw, stepping up, fires, caught by Harris. Harris has a first down. He'll get out to the 45-yard line, 15 yards and a first down. First down at the 40-yard line, beg your pardon. 7:25 left in the half, and here they go, tempo again. Moore 6 of 9 for 62 yards, and they give it to Harris up the middle, and Harris spins, and he gets 7. Amari Farrell and Lewis Moore on the stop. Again, thanks to Lewis Conyer, one of my dear friends who dropped us a Cash App this evening. Thank you very much for that. 2nd and 3, 7 minutes for the half. Oh, Brian got an idea. And I hope I can pull it off. I really hope I can pull it off, and if it jumps, I'll have to do it another way. But Brian got himself an idea. Yes, be afraid. Fake to Harris. Back to throw is Moore. Looking. Stepping up, and down he goes! Loss of 9. Dominique Ratcliffe with the stop for the Hoosiers, and the Hoosier fans are going crazy. 3rd and a bunch. They're going to need a dozen on 3rd down. As soon as they faked it to Harris, Indiana covered everybody, and they were able to get home with only 4 rushing. It is 3rd down and a dozen. From the 38-yard line of Oregon, they empty the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Snap to Moore. Here they come again, and down he goes again. Daniel Ndukwe with the sack, and it's 4th and 18. Holy cow. No, holy catfish. Indiana is not playing, in the immortal words of the playmaker. Indiana is not playing tonight. They are not playing around. And they'll force Oregon to punt for the second time. Ferguson Reynolds back to punt, and he gets it away after stepping to his right, high and deep. It is 45 yards, and it's taken in by Jonathan Brady, and Brady out to the 35 and knocked down at the 39-yard line. Roger Salapaga with the stop. That sends us to a timeout. 4:57 remaining in the first half. It is Indiana 21 and Oregon 7. Back after this timeout. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. I misidentified the name of Oregon's punter. It is James Ferguson Reynolds, and I completely apologize for that because I want to give my best, which is pronouncing and identifying players correctly. Tomorrow night, we'll be with you at 7:15 as we get you ready for the Packers and the Bears from Soldier Field, and it's supposed to be Fridge and Id tomorrow night. Indiana with 127 points off turnovers. That leads college football. They got 14 tonight, including the first play of the game as D'Angelo Pons picked off Dante Moore. Mendoza back to throw, looking, throwing, caught by Hemby, and he is whacked for no gain by Bryce Betcher. As we count you down inside of 5 minutes, we're at 4:40 remaining in the half. Indiana would love to stick this in the end zone. They led 17-0 against Alabama in the Rose Bowl. And here at the Peach Bowl, they lead Oregon 21-7. And remember, Indiana gets the ball to start the second half. Let's see if they can connect with Elijah Surratt here. Mendoza in shotgun formation. Hemby to his left. Snap to Mendoza. Looking, throwing deep left. And it is caught by Elijah Surratt. Bingo! With a flag down. Let's check the flag. It's a 21-yard completion or 18-yard completion to Elijah Surratt. It is pass interference against Oregon. They'll wait. They'll decline the penalty. It's a first down for Indiana. We just got a $50 PayPal donation from someone very dear to me. I won't reveal his identity, but he says, I use the Big Ten champs. I still don't believe it. And thank you very much. They were asking on the channel, what is a Hoosier? I live here and I couldn't even tell you. My wife's lived here. Her whole family's lived here and they couldn't even tell you. On first down, Mendoza rolls out to his right, looking to throw, and now Mendoza fires. It is caught by Cooper. Cooper gets 9. Second down, second and short coming up for the Indiana Hoosiers. So that big completion, and I thought it was a HF and H. Thank you so very much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for helping this grow. I'll be with you tomorrow night for Packers and Bears. I got some people asking if I will do Rams and Panthers. I haven't thought about it yet. I got to do some stuff around the house here first to make sure that gets done. From the 36-yard line, Mendoza fakes to Hamby, back to throw, looking, going deep. It is caught by Becker. Touchdown, Indiana. What? 36 yards to Charlie Becker. And Indiana is flying 27-7 with the extra point to come. Holy catfish. And I mean every word of that. Mendoza and the Hoosiers are that team. And Oregon's finding out the hard way. Extra point by Radicic is good. And with 3:13 remaining in the first half, your score, Indiana 28, Oregon 7. Let's pause for this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcast.
We're back to business as the kickoff goes to and through the end zone for a touchback, and Indiana is rolling again, 28-7. With 3:13 remaining in the first half of play. Well, I ain't got to worry about the first to 30 that'll win this game. Remember, Indiana scored 30 against Oregon, beat them 30-20, and they got 28 already. What? They got 28 already. It'll be 1st and 10 for Oregon, moving right from their own 25-yard line. Harris stands to the right of Dante Moore. Double stack receivers left and right. They give it to Harris running left, and Harris flips an Indiana defender upside down. That is De'Ara Hill with the carry that time, and not Jay Harris. He'll get forward to the 29. 2nd down and 6. 2:55 remaining in the first half. Indiana 28, Oregon 7. Moore waits in shotgun, trips left, slot right. Hill dispatches the backfield. Back to throw is Moore looking, and he is clobbered. Ball's out. Did they get it again? Did Indiana get it again? Yes, they did. Dante Moore was clobbered. And Indiana has their 3rd takeaway of the night. These guys are not playing around. Again, thank you to Horowitz, Feinberg, and Horowitz, a big-time Three Stooges fan just like I. Oh, yeah, that ball was clean knocked out. That ball was clean knocked out. Daniel Ndukwe forced it. Mario Landino with his 2nd fumble recovery of the night. I said that right. His 2nd fumble recovery of the night. Holy cow. From the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Hamby stands to the left of Mendoza. They give it to Hamby. Nope, Mendoza keeps it. And Mendoza breaks a tackle, and he'll get blasted at the 19-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 down to the 19, and this should take us to the 2-minute warning. AB Media, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready either. I was ready for a good game, and then Indiana decided we're taking over. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and if your parlays are at a warning, why don't you make some better parlay picks at wannaparlay.com, the world's richest parlay. 2 minutes left. Indiana 28, Oregon 7. Back after this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
I don't believe this. I don't believe what the heck is going on here in Atlanta. Here I thought I thought Indiana would be trying to keep up with Oregon, or Oregon with Indiana, or vice versa. And it's 28-7 Hoosiers. Let me repeat that. Indiana 28, Oregon 7 in the first half. Doing some research on something really quick. We're at the 2-minute warning as the Indiana Hoosiers lead the Oregon Ducks. I'm not making this up, folks. 28-7. Who took Oregon in this game? Not I, says me. Not I, says me. Reese Davis and the bunch hanging around, waiting for the halftime reports. We look at the television feed here. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Indiana Hoosiers with 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Out of the shotgun with 3 receivers to the right. Kalen Black up the middle, cuts right, and he'll get banged down at the 14-yard line. And it'll leave 3rd down and 3, and Oregon will spend a timeout. So they'll spend a timeout, and so will we. 1:53 remaining in the first half. Indiana 28, Oregon 7. Back after this timeout.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 3 from the 14-yard line. Snap to Mendoza. Flip out to the right side. That pass is caught. 1st down and more. 1st and goal at the 8. D'Angelo Pons with the reception, so he plays both sides of the ball. Down to the 8-yard line. Jaden Kennedy on the stop. 1st and goal, Hoosiers. And another timeout by Oregon with 1:49 left in the first half. Most Fett is with this. And yes, you came in 2 minutes left in the first half, going to the concession stand at halftime. I might do the same considering the soup my wife brought me. D'Angelo Pons got this party started with a pick 6. Indiana has forced 3 turnovers. 2 of them have been converted to touchdowns, and they're trying to convert a 3rd into a touchdown. That's been Indiana's defense all year. 1 timeout left for Oregon, 2 for Indiana. 1:49 left in the first half. It is 1st and goal from the 8. Mendoza in shotgun formation. Hemby stands to his right. Receiver left, receiver right. Ball on the right hash. They give it to Hemby running straight up the middle, and Hemby is going to get knocked down at the 1-yard line. Gain of 7. 2nd and goal at the 1. 1:35 left in the first half. Indiana's run 29 plays. Oregon's run 26. But Indiana has gained 174 yards. 66 of them on the ground. 1:18 left in the half. It is all Indiana. And this ain't even close. 2nd and goal from the 1. Toss play, Hemby running right. Hemby is knocked down. He didn't get to the goal line. He actually loses a yard. Tion Gray with the stop. And Oregon spends their final timeout with 1:02 remaining, 1:01 actually, in the first half. If you like what you see and what you hear, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tune in to our radio stations, including our flagship, Snowman Multimedia Sports, and our co-flagship, WJKS, located out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Let us know where you're listening from so we can salute you on the air. We're going to do a couple of raids at halftime. I'm going to get to a couple of friends of mine at the half. If you're Dan Lanning, what do you say to your team that worked so hard to get to the semifinals and you are getting absolutely blitzed? You say, hold on to the football. That's what you say. They have 3 first half turnovers tonight, does Oregon. In the first 14 games, they had a total of 4. In 14 games, they had 4 first half turnovers. They have 3 tonight. And Indiana is trying to cash this one in. 3rd and goal from the 2. And remember, Indiana gets the ball to start the second half. Trips to the left. Lone slot to the right is Becker. Hemby stands in the backfield with the ball on the right hash with Mendoza. The high snap to Mendoza. Throws. Caught by Surratt. Touchdown, Indiana! Elijah Surratt with a 2-yard. Well, this may come back. This may turn out to be 4th and goal. We're looking at, you can't see the ball. He's got it there. The ball's across the line when he hits the ground, or is it? That should be a touchdown. Let's see where Surratt is. Surratt is at the 2. He spins. Yeah, he's got it. Touchdown. That should be a touchdown, but this may come back because by the time he hits the ground, it's across. Right? Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it is. That's a touchdown. They're looking at it. They're ruling on the field as a touchdown. And that baby is confirmed. Touchdown, Indiana. Elijah Surratt with a 2-yard touchdown catch. And would you believe me when I tell you this, folks? It is 34-7 with the extra point to come. And remember, Indiana gets the ball to start the second half. So they have a chance to double up. Again. Where have we seen this before? Holy cow. Radicic for the extra point. It's good. 59 seconds left in the first half. And what I'm about to tell you is the God's honest truth. Indiana 35, Oregon 7. Unbelievable. What a half for the Indiana Hoosiers. Unreal. What did Playmaker say? Indiana is that team. Indeed, they are. Indiana is not playing around. 30 against Alabama, 35 against Oregon, and Indiana's the only team to break the curse of having one of the top 4 seeds with a week off. Cool Water Swish is with me. Says, what's up, Snowman, bro? This one looks like the ultimate thrashing bashing. If you didn't see what happened to Alabama, and Alabama was talking a whole lot of mess, here's the kick by Quinn Warren. It'll go to and through the end zone for a touchback. Oregon ball with 59 seconds left in the first half. Hey, Cool Water Swish, thank you for joining me tonight. I truly appreciate it. Oregon, yes. There are 59 seconds left in the first half, and Indiana has 35 points. They led Alabama 17-0 at the end of the first half. And remember, this was a 7-7 game, folks, until Indiana scored late in the first quarter, and it's been all Indiana since. From the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for Oregon, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Out of the shotgun is Dante Moore, back to throw, looking. Now scrambles to his right, looking, and now fires, and that is incomplete. Hey, Pizzle is with us. Pizzle, my brother, how are you? And you're right, Deets picked Oregon. Here. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Oregon Ducks. 51 seconds left in the first half. This is totally unreal. 3 receivers out to the right, lone slot to the left. And the snap to Moore, looking. He pumps once, fires up the middle. It is caught, first down. 14 yards to Malik Benson. And a first down for the Oregon Ducks. 45 seconds left in the first half. Remember, Oregon's out of timeout. Snap to Moore, ball on the left hash. Moore looking, rolls out to his right. Flag comes down, possible hold, chucks it away. This is going to back up. Oh, what's up, RC? Holding called against Oregon. And they'll back up 10. Hey, Pizzle says, Snowman, I got 3 words for you. Belt to, yep, you're right. First and 10 has now become 1st and 20. Kamara is down for the Indiana Hoosiers. "36 seconds left in the first half. First and 10 has now become 1st and 20. Haven't seen a pass to Jamari Johnson in a while. RC, how have you been, man? Moore out of the shotgun. Pierre Hill stands to his left. 2 receivers deep to the right. 1 to the left. Snap to Moore. Looking. Sidearm pass. Incomplete. Looking for Jamari Johnson. There you go. It'll be 2nd down and 20. 32 seconds left in the first half. Remember, Oregon has no timeouts. So every time they get a first down, the clock will stop to set the chains. 2nd down and 20. Will Stein, the offensive coordinator, is coaching Oregon until he goes to Kentucky. Snap to Moore. Pass is complete to De'Air Hill, and Hill will pick up the first down out to the 42-yard line. Actually, they needed 20. And they got 13, so it leaves 3rd and 7. 11 seconds, now 10. Snap to Moore, looking up the middle. It is caught. First down, Oregon. Down to the Indiana 41, down to the 38-yard line. 6 seconds left in the half. They reset the chains, and Moore spikes it to stop the clock. Cool water switches. Soon I'll be asking if Miami has anything for Indiana. The way this game is going, I'll answer that for you. No. So Atticus Sappington will come on and attempt a 56-yard field goal attempt. His career long, I beg your pardon, is 51. 56-yard field goal attempt, left hash, angle to the right. Their opponent will put it down. It's back and down on the way, and it is no good. Short. So Sappington misses from 56, and that's the half. And what a half for the Indiana Hoosiers. You're going to see some things jumping around as I'm going to try a few things to have some fun with this new setup that I'm putting together. Your score at the half, Indiana 35, Oregon 7. Holy cow. You can't make this up, folks. You simply can't make this up. Back in a bit. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I forgot to unmute myself. Let me do this again. Excalibur with a $5 super chat that says, "Salute, brother Snowman. I appreciate you very much. The Blackhawks have scored. They now trail the Capitals 3-1. Kenneth says, thanks for helping him out. Excalibur with the fist pound. And then he said no sound. So I hope that is correct right there. And we're going to take a break. Going to need one after what I saw in the first half. Your score, Indiana 35, Oregon 7. And my wife and I just had a great laugh. Back after this.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, The largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant. Weather. Devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States. Inspiration. A breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Third quarter time at the Peach Bowl, 35-7. There we go. I'm trying to get this camera situated. All right. It is 35-7 Indiana. I'm going to play around with my set tomorrow instead of today. Last night, Carson Beck raced in from 3 yards out to give Miami a 31-27 victory, the Fiesta Bowl championship, and a spot in the national championship game, which they will host, by the way, at home in Joe Robbie Stadium. Miami is 13-2 on the year. For these two teams tonight, Oregon 13-1, and Indiana is 14-0. And that championship will come your way next Monday at 7:30, and we'll have it for you. I'm going to mess around with my set after the game. Most Vet says great ads. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Speaking of ads, going to take one for Climb for Chris, and then it's third quarter time from the Peach Bowl. Back after this. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. One more break, and we'll have the third quarter for you. Third quarter after this.
Join Ryan McCarthy
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
and Dustin Henry
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
$35-7 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers, and we're just about ready for the third quarter. And remember, Indiana deferred their choice they deferred the choice to the second half. They won the toss and deferred. That's the sentence I wanted to get out. And they're going to start with the ball for the third quarter. Monday, Texans at Steelers in the wild card round. And something new we got cooking. We're going to do UFL Fridays. So when that schedule comes out, we will let you know the games that we are doing on Friday nights. Mendoza is 10 of 11 for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm going to start using my headset to do the games again. Make it more professional. Roman Hemby has carried the ball 8 times for 35 yards. Elijah Surratt has 4 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Your leaders for Oregon, Dante Moore, 9 of 14, 112 yards. He threw a touchdown and he threw a pick. Jay Harris, 10 carries, 29 yards. And Harris is also the leading receiver with 3 catches for 32 yards. Man, how did this happen? There it is. Right here. And for the game so far, Indiana 175 yards, Oregon with 121. Indiana has outrushed Oregon 65-9. And they have Oregon has outthrown Indiana 112-110. But 3 humongous turnovers has turned into 21 points for the Indiana Hoosiers. And that's the main reason they lead 35-7, I beg your pardon, at the half. Drop your thoughts in the chat below and follow along with us. Tomorrow night, it'll be Packers and Bears. But I may do a little something where you all see me construct my new online set. And I'm talking about the set that I usually use for OBS, but I don't have enough power in this laptop to use it. which tells me the next purchase I get is going to be a gaming laptop to help out to help out matters. So while we think about all of that, let's take a break. And when we come back, I promise, third quarter time. Indiana 35, Oregon 7 on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
$35-7, Indiana leads as we get ready for the third quarter. Indiana 4 touchdowns in the first 5 drives. Oregon has 3 turnovers, and Indiana, as I mentioned a few moments ago, has outrushed Oregon 66-9. I'm not making that up. 66-9, 65-9 rather. Dante Moore and the Ducks need to figure out something. I was talking with Victor at halftime, and he said, don't put the hay in the barn yet. Wrong button. Ready for the third quarter. Atticus Sappington will kick things off from left to right as we see it, and as you folks are listening along at home with us. Off we go with the third quarter. High and deep. It'll go to and through the end zone for a touchback. And Indiana will start at their own 25-yard line. It's been all Indiana this first half. Their defense has really stepped up, causing 3 turnovers and getting 21 points off of them. First and 10 for Indiana from their own 25. And we have a flag and a false start coming up against Indiana. So they'll move back to the 20-yard line. First and 10 has now become first and 15. It's only the second penalty of the night against the Indiana Hoosiers. And the third of the game. First and 15 from the 20. Kurt Signetti was not happy with that. Hemby running left, and Hemby will get a couple. Second down and 13 coming up for Indiana. $14:40 remaining in the third quarter, and if you're Indiana, you want to come away with a touchdown here. Don't give Oregon any kind of hope by not scoring on this drive. If you're Indiana, you're thinking we got no choice but to score on this drive to bury them. Second and 13. Mendoza out of the gun. Two receivers right. Snap to Mendoza. Looking to throw. Looking left. Firing left. And that is caught. First down, Elijah Surratt. Out to the 38-yard line. First down, Indiana. Great throw by Fernando Mendoza, and it's a first down for the Indiana Hoosiers. Now they'll operate out of the pistol, moving left. Roman Hemby is the running back behind Mendoza. Receiver right, receiver left. Becker heads to the line. This is Roman Hemby, and he runs into a wall, and he's knocked down after a gain of 1. Ryan Betcher with the stop. It'll be second down and about 9. 13:25 remaining in the third quarter. Indiana 35, Oregon 7. Second down and 9. Gain of 1 for Roman Hemby. Indiana has controlled the running game. Now Hemby out for a breather. Kalen Black in the ball game. Receiver in motion to the right. Becker stands to the right. Snap to Mendoza, looking right, throwing right, and caught by Charlie Becker. First down, Indiana, into Oregon territory at the 49-yard line. Gain of 12. And a first down for the Indiana Hoosiers. Gain of 12 on that play, and another first down for the Hoosiers as they continue to march. Becker has caught 2 for 48 yards, plus a touchdown. He had a touchdown on New Year's Day against Alabama. That came from 21 yards out, made the score 10-0 at the time. First and 10 from the Oregon 49. Indiana moving left, 3 receivers to the left, lone slot to the right. And the snap and the handoff is to Kalen Black, and Black busts through. Black will pick up another first down. Betcher with the stop. Aaron Kennedy and Jaden Kennedy and Aaron Flowers with the stop. He got the full 10 and a first down for the Hoosiers, and now they'll go tempo with Caden Black in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Mendoza, looking to throw. Mendoza will keep it himself inside the 40, tackled at the 35-yard line. Down to the 34. Gain of 5, second down and 5. And now they'll switch backs again with Roman Hemby back in the ballgame for Kalen Black. Second and 5, 11:34 remaining in the third quarter. Indiana on the march into Oregon territory. Hemby stands to the right of Mendoza. 2 receivers left, 2 right. And now Mendoza will check out of the play and check into another one. And the handoff is to Hemby, and he is rocked. Loss of 2 to the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and 12. On tempo, back to pass is Mendoza. Mendoza scrambles, takes it up the middle. He's got the first down, and Moore spins out of a tackle, dropped the ball, but Indiana able to cover it. Fumble was forced by Jaden Kennedy, recovered by Pat Coogan at the Oregon 18, and a first down for the Indiana Hoosiers yet again. That was a good hit to knock the ball loose. That was a good hit from behind to knock the ball loose. First and 10 Hoosiers from the Oregon 18 as they're inside of the Bet US red zone. The handoff to Hemby, running straight ahead, and Hemby will get a couple. Making it second and 8, Dylan Tyneman with the stop. Officially a gain of 1, second down and 9. 9:55 left in the third quarter. If you're Indiana, I'll say it again, you don't want to settle for a field goal here. Don't want to settle for a field goal. 9:45 left in the third quarter. Indiana ball, first possession, moving left. As we see it and as you folks are listening along at home with us. Mendoza in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left. Handoff Hemby running straight ahead, and Hemby will get inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. And now another third down coming up. Indiana's converted 3 third downs on this drive. You love to make it 4 here and put the dagger in the heart of Oregon. 11th play of the drive coming up. They've used 5 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. They've gone 62 yards. Indiana 956 plays since they lost a fumble. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Mendoza alone in shotgun. Takes the belt high shotgun snap. Looks to throw over the middle. And it is caught. E.J. Hot Rod Williams, touchdown, Indiana. So Indiana puts 30 on Alabama. They have so far put 41 on Oregon. And my wife has the biggest 2.5-foot smile on her face right now. 41-7 with the extra point to come. E.J. Williams with the touchdown reception. That is Mendoza's 3rd touchdown pass of the night. The kick is good. And with 8:52 remaining in the 3rd quarter, your new score, Indiana 42, Oregon 7. This 2025-26 college football playoff, and you're listening to it live on Snowman Multimedia Sports.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
A very good question has come across. Do we see the backups now? I don't know yet. But it may not be long before we see the backups and they get some playing time. Here in the Peach Bowl is Indiana is up 42-7. They've scored 35 unanswered points. Let me repeat that. Indiana has scored 35 unanswered points. You want to hear it again? Let me say it again. Indiana has scored 35 unanswered points after Oregon marched right down the field after the pick six to make it 7-0 Indiana. Oregon comes flying down the field. They stick it in the end zone. Tie game at 7, and you think, okay, this is going to go back and forth. Maybe fix your schedule. Yeah, I'm going to fix that tomorrow, Kenneth. There's quite a few things I need to fix on my schedule since the year has now officially turned over. I definitely have to fix the schedule. There's a few other pages I need to update and get out there because I want to start a subscription to, I want to start a newsletter that I can send to everybody's email, and it'll be free. I'll fix that tomorrow, and I'll put the link in the chat for everybody to subscribe to the newsletter. First, kickoff by Quinn Warren, who has been busy tonight. High and deep, to and through the end zone, touchback. And Oregon will start at their own 25-yard line. E.J. Williams with the latest score for Indiana. And Charlie Becker limped off the field. He's walking now, and that's good to see. He was limping off the field. He may be done for the night just to make sure that he gets maximum rest. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left with the ball on the left hash. And the pitch out is to De'Aaron Hill. And Hill across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Hill is running 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and down to the 4-yard line. 71-yard gain. Amari Farrell with the stop. And it's 1st and goal, Oregon from the 4. Longest play of the night for the Oregon Ducks, 71 yards. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4. De'Aaron Hill stands behind Dante Moore in the pistol. Receiver across the formation in motion. They fake it to Hill, throws right, incomplete, flag flies in, interference. So that'll move the ball from the 4-yard line to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Oregon. And they'll get another shot. You know, if he makes if he's behind Benson, because the ball sailed over Benson's head, that could have been picked off. Only the 3rd penalty of the night for Indiana for 12 yards. Oregon's been penalized twice for 25 yards. 1st and goal from the 2. Jay Harris in the pistol with Dante Moore. Kenyon Sadiq in motion, who's been extremely quiet. They give it to Harris up the middle, and he bangs his way through. Touchdown, Oregon. And you can expect Oregon to go for 2 points here. 7:50 left in the 3rd, 42-13 with a 2-point conversion to come. Kenneth, if you have any other suggestions, lay them on me. I got I'm off tomorrow, except for the Packers and the Bears, and I'm already prepared for that. And the Oregon fans are thinking, they finally stopped the Indiana Avalanche. They'll go for the 2-point conversion. Trips deep to the right. Kenyon Sadiq lined up in the slot. Receiver to the left. Dante Moore alone in shotgun. Takes a snap. Floats left corner. Got it. 2-point conversion. Jamari Johnson with the reception for Oregon. And it's 42-15. 7:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And the long run by De'Aaron Hill of 71 yards sets up Oregon. 2 plays later, they punch it into the end zone. And your score with 7:50 remaining in the 3rd, Indiana 42, Oregon 15. Let's pause for this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Indiana 42, Oregon 15. First time Oregon has scored in a while with 7:50 remaining in the third quarter. Brian Snow back here with you. Glad to have you with us. Second college football playoff semifinal. The first semi belongs to Miami as Miami beat Mississippi in the last seconds 31-27. And Miami awaits the winner of this game at home at Joe Robbie Stadium. And so far, it's looking like it's going to be Indiana that will play for the national championship. Look at that big smile on Fernando Mendoza's face. So Oregon scores in 4 plays. Meanwhile, Indiana just ate the ball up. The first drive of the third quarter, they punched it in the end zone. And we're ready to get back to work. 42-15, our score. That is Atticus Sappington kicks it away, and it will go to and through the end zone for a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The trophy that they're chasing identifies the national champion. And next Monday night, January 19th, is when they will get the chance. They will decide the game at Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. And Pizzle, you'll be proud of me. It is Joe Robbie Stadium, period. 7:30 is the kickoff. We're up at 6:30 with a special hour-long pregame show, prelude to a championship. 1st and 10 for Indiana from their own 25-yard line. And they give it to Kalen Black up the middle, and Black is through. 35-40, 45-50, still going. 45-40, 35-30. There's a flag down. 25-20, and down goes Kalen Black. And it's going to come back. It's going to come back because there's a hold against Indiana. Doggone it. So that wipes out a 62-yard gain. 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 20 from the 15. And an Oregon player is down. And Kurt Signetti and the bunch is wondering, where's the hold? And they called it on Bray Lynch. But Lynch he wasn't the one, being perfectly honest, he wasn't the one that was holding. So 1st and 10 now becomes 1st and 20. 7:37 left in the third quarter. 42-15 in favor of the Indiana Hoosiers. And the last thing you want to do if you're Indiana is to give Oregon any kind of hope. So they'll start at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll start at the 15, 1st and 10, moving from right to left. Receiver across the formation in motion. They give it to Hemby up the middle, and Hemby will pick up 2, maybe 3, to the 18-yard line. Jericho Johnson with the stop for the Oregon Ducks. 7:10 remaining in the third quarter. 42-15 Indiana. 43 plays for the Indiana Hoosiers that they have run tonight for 258 yards. Second down. Snap to Mendoza. Back to throw. Mendoza looking, scanning the field, surveys the scene, fires up the middle. It's caught by Nowakowski, who gets knocked down at the 30-yard line. Bryce Betcher with the stop. Dylan Tieneman assists. And it's 3rd and 4 for the Hoosiers. 6:20 remaining in the third. If you're the Hoosiers, you're up big. You want to just hold on to the clock. What a turnaround by Kurt Signetti. And they've locked him up for the next few years, so he doesn't go anywhere. Mendoza takes the belt high snap and rolls out to his right, looking to throw. Mendoza fires right. Caught by Elijah Surratt. First down, Indiana. Out to the 39-yard line. Pat Coogan lost his helmet. He'll have to come off the field for a play. Elijah Surratt with the reception. In 2 CFP games this year, Mendoza has 7 touchdowns and only 3 incompletions. That's insane. He's 15 of 16 tonight with 4 touchdowns. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left, including Nowakowski. The high snap to Mendoza, and he gives it to Roman Hemby. Hemby jitterbugs his way straight ahead. He'll get 2. Out to the... Actually, he'll get 4 to the 43-yard line. Amari Washington with the stop for Oregon. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Alberto Mendoza, his brother, Fernando Mendoza's brother, on the sidelines. Out of the pistol, they give it to Hemby running left. Hemby runs over a tackler, and he gets across the 45 to the 47-yard line. It'll leave 3rd down and about 3. 4:50 left in the third quarter. When do you bring in your backups? And it's turning out to be a great question, because you're up big, you're controlling the clock, you're controlling the game. But you don't want Oregon, I beg your pardon, to get any kind of hope either, especially when your defense has played terrific. Snap to Mendoza, 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Uncorks a deep one left side for Surratt. Or for Cooper, I beg your pardon, it's incomplete. And now it is 4th down and 3. What does Indiana do here? Do you punt it back to Oregon, or do you keep your offense on the field? You punt it, especially in holding a big lead, and only 4:19 remains in the third quarter. You try to pin Oregon as deep as you can. Mitch McCarthy will punt for only the 2nd time tonight. He gets it away, and it's high, end-over-end punt. And Charlie Becker will get down there and down it at the 5-yard line. Great job by Charlie Becker and this Indiana special teams to force Oregon to go the length of the field and use some clock, maybe heading into the 4th quarter. So that big holding penalty wiped out a long run and forced Indiana to work from a longer field. And it's been all Indiana so far tonight. We have time on the field. 4:10 remaining in the third quarter. It is Indiana 42 and Oregon 15. Let's pause for this timeout.
Join Ryan McCarthy
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
and Dustin Henry
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, Say the tag.
where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Mitch McCarthy's punt goes 49 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Oregon at their own 5-yard line. It's been all Indiana tonight. Tomorrow, we got NFL playoffs for you with the Green Bay Packers facing the Chicago Bears. That's a 7:30 kickoff. We'll be up at, looking over here to see if I have any chat messages. I don't. 7:15 is the pregame time. And then a week from Monday, we'll have the national championship, as it looks like it's going to be it's going to be Miami and Indiana. The most unlikely national championship game. Would have been that way with either one of these teams, but especially Indiana, since they've come out of nowhere. From the 5-yard line, 1st and 10 for Oregon. Jay Harris gets the call running up the middle, and Harris is going to get knocked down for a gain of 3. Mario Landino, who's recovered 2 fumbles tonight with the stop, and we have an injured Oregon Duck who is now to his knees and up. He may have to come out. Clock was stopped. Now it runs with 3:49. Now it's stopped again. It's a 3-yard gain to be 2nd down and 7. Noah Winnington, the star running back, unable to go tonight. So they converted a couple of their defensive players. And now they work out of the pistol with De'Air Hill in the backfield. They give it to Hill up the middle, and Hill races to his left, and he'll lose 2. Actually, should be a loss of 1. And there's a flag down. Face mask against the Ducks. Oh, boy. Now move it back to the 4-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 11. Right there after the Harkey pulled the face mask of the defender while the play is in motion, even though he was trying to get up. 3rd and long. 3rd down and 11. Moore out of the gun. Sadiq comes out to the right. 2 receivers to the left. And the snap to Moore, looking to throw. Uncorks a deep one left side. McClellan is out there. He's got it. 1st down, Ducks. Jeremiah McClellan gets 43 on that completion and a 1st down for Oregon. Second longest play of the night for the Oregon Ducks, besides the 73-yard run. And do we have a timeout? Nope, we have an injured Hoosier back in the Oregon end zone. That's what happened. So while they tend to him, we'll take a timeout. 2:48 left in the third quarter. Indiana 42, Oregon 15. Let's pause for this timeout.
Join Ryan McCarthy
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
and Dustin Henry
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
as they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Don't forget, tomorrow, Wild Card Weekend features our coverage of the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears from what is to be a frigid Soldier Field. That comes your way tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. We will... Wait a second. I got that time wrong. I think kickoff is at 8. If someone in the chat can confirm that, because if that's the case, then 7:30 will be our pregame time. Indiana's outgained Oregon 286 to 239. And now they have the ball 1st and 10 near midfield. 2:48 left in the third quarter. Now the clock runs. Injured player taken off the field. And on first down, back to throw is Dante Moore. He fires the pass complete to Decorian Moore. He'll pick up 13 and a first down. Knocked down at the Indiana 40. And now they're going to try to go turbo once again. Snap to Moore. Back to throw. Looking and throwing down the right side. It's incomplete. Looking for Kenyon Sadiq. Kenyon Sadiq will be the best tight end in the draft, I feel. Big, strong man. Has great hands. And this Oregon offense is minus Noah Whittington, who is out for the game tonight. 2:07 for the third. 42-15. MLB is going to NBC for Sunday Night Baseball and Peacock. Beautiful. About time NBC got baseball back. Now, can they bring back the old theme from 85? It is an 8 p.m. kickoff. They give it to Hill. I'm sorry, they give it to Harris, and Harris will gain 1. Mario Landino, who's been everywhere tonight, with the stop. It is 8 p.m. Thank you, Kenneth. So our pregame will be 7:45. I misread a time on a promo. That is my fault. 3rd and 9, 1:45 left in the third. De'Air Hill stands to the right of Dante Moore. Receiver across the formation in motion. And now Dante Moore changing the play with 10 on the play clock. Moore alone in shotgun. Nope, I stand corrected. De'Aaron Hill stands with him in the backfield from the right, now moves to his left. Snap to Moore, give it to Hill, straight up the middle, and Hill is going to be short of the first down. 8-yard gain to the Indiana 31. And now it is 4th down, and now Hill is limping as he comes out. 4th down and 1. Tyreek Tucker with the stop for Indiana. Oregon this year tied for 6th in the Big Ten on 4th down conversions. They're going to need this one here with 50 seconds left in the third. Out of the pistol formation with Jay Harris lined up. Nope, they'll go power formation, and they pitch it to Harris running left, and he ain't going to get there. Oregon turns it over on downs. Harris lost one on the play. Aiden Fisher, Andrew Turvey on the stop for Indiana. First down Hoosiers. So after Indiana punts, the defense stops Oregon on 4th down and 1. And they tried to get tricky with the pitch. Or as Victor likes to say, Oregon tried to get cute, and they got caught. "37 seconds left in the third quarter. 42-15 Indiana. Indiana has scored in every quarter tonight. They got 14 in the first, 21 in the second, and they got 7 here in the third. Here's Hemby up the middle. He'll get out to the 35-yard line on a gain of 3. Aaron Flowers with the stop. And that should take us to the end of the third quarter. And Indiana stands 15 minutes away from a trip to Miami for the national championship game. And we will have that game with a prelude to a championship, a full hour featuring the Indiana Hoosiers as they are 1 quarter away from playing for the national championship. They hadn't won a bowl game since 1991. And then they blew out Alabama 30-3. And now they're about to win their second bowl game in the same season thanks to this college football playoff. End of 3, Indiana 42 and Oregon 15. We're back after this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green. And the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
Here we go. The fourth and final period. The winner of this game gets the Miami Hurricanes for the national championship. Let me say that again, AB Media 83. If Indiana holds on these last 15 minutes, they're going to play for the national championship a week from Monday. I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. My wife echoed the same statement. The exact same statement. Team switch sides. Mendoza to throw out to the left, and that pass is caught by Omar Cooper. He'll get a couple. And it's 3rd down and 5 as we start the fourth quarter. Carson Beck in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss, 8 for 13, 93 yards. He had a touchdown pass and a touchdown rushing. 3rd down and 5. Snap to Mendoza, back to throw, rolls out to his right, looking and throwing, and incomplete. Receiver and defensive back fell down. Both looking for a flag, not going to get it. And it's 4th down, and Indiana will punt once again. Just a bit beyond belief, right? Yes. As I said earlier tonight, Indiana hadn't won a bowl since 1990 when they beat, my brain's shutting down, but I think they beat Baylor. That's a last bowl game Indiana has won, and now they're on the verge of winning 2 in the same postseason. Mitch McCarthy with a punt. Malik Benson back deep to receive, and Benson will take it at the 19-yard line, running to his left. He slips a tackle at the 20, 25, and is ushered out of bounds at the 30-yard line with a flag down. Jeff Utzinger with the stop. Let's see what the flag is. It is holding Oregon. So they'll back up 10. So the foul occurred at the 25-yard line. They'll move it back down to the 15 for 1st and 10. I'm not going to repeat what Kurt Cignetti just said on that last pass, but I know the first 3 words, and they weren't pretty. We're just getting started in the 4th and final period. Indiana looks to seal this up and head on to the national championship game. We're back in 100 seconds.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
So my master researcher, Kenneth Clark, dug in for me while I continued to deliver this award-winning broadcast, and he informed me that I got the year wrong of the last time Indiana won a bowl game. It wasn't 1990, it was 1991 when they shut out Baylor 24-0. AB Media says, did Oregon steal something from Indiana? They tried to, and the first play of the game wiped all that out. I'll tell you something. When that pick six happened to start the game, I thought game over. I thought game over because Oregon was trying to get cute, as I often like to say, and they got caught. I want to visit the College Football Hall of Fame one day. Frank Signetti, a 2013 inductee, which is so very cool. And now you hear my daughter playing her game. Got an extra chatter in the house with me. And on first down, Moore sidearm pass caught by Sadiq, and he is lowered. He is dropped. Loss of 1. Well, they give him a gain of 1. They give him a gain of 1 to the 14-yard line. And now Moore back to pass again, out to the right. And that pass is hauled in by Jamari Johnson. And now it is 3rd and 6. 13:27 left in the game. 42-15 Indiana. One thing I am going to do, I'm going to switch my mixer so I have 2 different microphone outputs, and I'm going to bring my headset back. Back to throw is Moore. Up the middle. Oh, nearly picked off again. And Oregon goes 3 and out with 13:12 left in the game. And Pons nearly had his second interception of the night. So thank you, Kenneth, for that correction. Preston Simmons is with us. Good evening to you. Fourth down and 6. Signetti directing traffic, telling everybody to move up. 3 on the play clock, 2, 1, and out. And I don't think Oregon was going to snap the ball anyway. So they'll lose 5. 4th and 6 now becomes 4th and 11. Delay a game against the Oregon Ducks. I'll have a post-game show after this. Give my thoughts on this game and on the national championship. Give you a preview of what we got coming tomorrow. We'll wrap it up. We'll do the post-game show old school style. All the stats, the facts, and the figures. And here is the punt. And it got blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked. Indiana's got it. At the 8. You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Oregon's 4th turnover of the night. Down to the 7-yard line. James Ferguson Reynolds. Schwack. And now Indiana will start at the 7. 1st and goal. They're looking for a chance to put half 100 on these guys. They scored 30 on them in Eugene, Oregon. And they got 42 right now, looking for more with 13:04 left in the game. Kowakowski, tight end to the left, Surratt to the left, out to the right is Becker. They snap it and give it to Hemby, and Hemby will get knocked down to the 5-yard line. Gain of 2. Jericho Johnson on the stop, 2nd down and goal from the 5. 12:50 remaining in this massacre. It's been all Indiana from the first play of the game, and I mean that literally. I mean that very literally. Holy cow. In the immortal words of the great Kevin Samuels, you can't make this up. You simply can't make this up. Second and goal from the 5. It's Mendoza running left. He'll get a pair down to the 3-yard line. Jericho Johnson again, along with Jaden Kennedy on the stop. Third and goal, Indiana. This is Greg McElroy and Kurt Signetti. Those two coaches worked under Nick Saban down in Alabama. 12 minutes left. Third down and goal. And I think Signetti is going to use a timeout. There's 10 on the play clock. Gotta wait. 3, 2, 1. Timeout, Indiana. They have 2 left. Oregon has all 3, but does it really matter at this point? What a game by the Indiana Hoosiers. Timeout on the field. 11:41 remaining in the ball game. Indiana 42, Oregon 15. Let's pause for this timeout.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Forget tomorrow we have Packers and Bears from Soldier Field, and we might take a peek at the Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams from Carolina. First game 4:30, second game 8 o'clock. But if we don't do the first one, we'll definitely do the second one. And then on Sunday, although I'm going to hate doing it because I pretty much know what's going to happen, it'll be the 49ers visiting the world champion Philadelphia Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field. That's a 4:30 kickoff. Dan Lanning in 2 games has been outscored 91-18 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In 2 games. 2 times. Third and goal. Mendoza has 4 touchdowns tonight. We'll also award our Wanna Parlay player of the game. And it's looking like it's going to be either Mario Landino or Fernando Mendoza. My friend Dietz just texted me. He says, I was going to watch the second half. I took a look at the score, and I said, I'm gearing up for wild card weekend. Kalen Black stands to the right of Mendoza. Elijah Surratt and Kowalkowski to the right. Cooper to the left, along with E.J. Williams. Back to throw. Mendoza zips one. Caught. Touchdown, Indiana. Elijah Surratt with his 3rd touchdown reception of the night. And it's 48-15. Fernando Mendoza has 5 touchdown passes. 88 seconds on that scoring drive. And Fernando, you've earned the rest of the night off. Oh, baby. Extra point is good. It's 49-15. $11:36 remaining in the ball game. Again, what did Oregon steal from Indiana? I don't know, man. I don't know. The approach and the kick by Quinn Warren will go to and through the end zone for a touchback. Did y'all expect this from this game tonight? They're paying tribute to Sean McDonough. I love it. That's Sean McDonough, who received one of the Sportscaster of the Year awards. On first down, they flip it to Kenyon Sadiq out to the right, and he got smacked and brought down for a loss of 2. Yeah, AB, 49-15. And our congratulations. Let me applaud Sean McDonough. Sean McDonough has been one of my favorite announcers to listen to. You know his dad, Will McDonough, longtime panelist on the NFL Today back in the 80s and the 90s. More with a sidearm pass to the right. That's caught by Jeremiah McClellan, and he gets nothing. AB Media says, nope, I expected it to be high scoring and close. Well, it is high scoring. Yeah, there's 74 points in this game. 64, beg your pardon, 64. There's 64 points in this game. Fernando Mendoza has thrown 5 touchdown passes. 5. 5. Ay, ay, ay. 10:25 for the ball game. 3rd and 12. Moore out of the shotgun, takes the belt high snap, blitzes on, fires out to the right, and that's caught. First down and Moore out to the 40-yard line. 15 yards to Decorian Moore and a first down at the 38-yard line. 10:05 left in the ball game. So it's Indiana and Miami for the national championship. I am not making this up. Back to throw is Moore. Zips one over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Looking for Kenyon Sadiq, who gets a hand up from the Indiana defender. Aiden Fisher got his hand in the way. 2nd and 10. But no way in God's flat earth is it close. I'm going to go ahead and make my prediction right now. I think Indiana wins it all, and I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. Big Ten been running the college football playoffs the last 3 years. Black Spartan 6 says, you're right about that. Back to throw is Moore. Zips it right. Caught by Sadiq out to the 45, 50, 45, and ushered out of bounds. Look out. And another first down for the Ducks. 21-yard gain on that play. 9:30 left. Snap to Moore. Back to throw. Looking. Rolls out to his left. Looking again. And sidearm throw. Incomplete to the left. 2nd down and 10. Cignetti has a 49-15 lead, and he's still working the refs. Gum, chewing, and all. Asking for a hold on that play. 2nd and 10, 9:22 left in the 4th quarter. Oh, last 4 years. Yep, true. Very true. In the 14 playoff, it was all about Georgia. Back to throw is Moore. Zips one over the middle, and is caught by Kenyon Sadiq, who's finally getting some touches, and Sadiq gets down to the Indiana 35-yard line. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 4 after a 6-yard gain. Isaiah Jones on the stop for the Indiana Hoosiers, and some of the Hoosiers are headed for the parking lot so they can get the heck up out of there and plan their trip to Miami. 8:45 left in the ball game. 3rd and 4 for Oregon. Decorian Moore lines up to the right, Sadiq and company to the left, and timeout Oregon. So the clock is frozen with 8:35 left in the ball game. It's Indiana 49 and Oregon 15. And are we going to keep it here? We're going to go to a break. We'll go to a break, with the winner of this game going to Miami. And we are going to a break. 8:35 for the game. Indiana 49, Oregon 15. We'll pause for this timeout.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Ryan Snow back here with you. 49-15. The Indiana Hoosiers with the lead, as the Oregon Ducks have possession, and they'll face 3rd and 4 from the Indiana 35. So we started with 12, and we're down to 3, but it'll be 2 in the next 20, 25 minutes, as the Miami Hurricanes have sealed up their spot in the national championship game. Jay Harris back in the ball game, standing to the left. Sadiq and Moore to the right. Back to throw is Moore. Uncorks one deep for the end zone. Too long, incomplete. Looking for Decorian Moore. And it's 4th and 4. No fly zone signal shown by Indiana. And I think Fernando Mendoza's night is finished. Mendoza 17 of 20, 177 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 5 of them. Man, this game has been crazy. 4th and 4, Oregon's going for it. Snap to Dante Moore, back to throw. Flag should come for a hold. It's not. Fires sideline, incomplete. And Indiana will take over on downs again. And Mendoza's still in there. Don't know why they don't pull him so they can save him for the national championship. You believe Fernando Mendoza used to play offensive line for his youth team? So it's 1st and 10 for the Indiana Hoosiers. Moving right, leading 49. I can't believe I'm saying this score, 49-15. Out of the pistol, and they give it to the running back running off to the right. He escapes, 40-45, and is ushered out of bounds. Gain of 10, I beg your pardon. Kobe Martin on the carry that time. Roman Hemby and company, their night may be finished. Dylan Williams ushered him out of bounds. Pickup of 10 and a first down for Indiana with 7:55 left in the ball game. You know what I'll do? After this game completes, I'll tell you what. I'll leave it to the chat to make the decision. Should I do the post game here or should I make a separate stream for it and do it there? I'll leave it to y'all. Out of the pistol, 1st and 10 from the Indiana 45. This is Kobe, my favorite. Martin escapes 50, 45, 40, 35 down to the 30-yard line. 26 yards for Kobe, my favorite. Martin. And another first down for Indiana. They're looking for half 100. 26 on that play. 7:15 remains in the ball game. And this game started with a pick six. Maybe streamed Daytona 500. I haven't called a race before, but I can learn. I just might do that. I've never called a race in my life, but I can learn. Maybe I'll get Shane here with me. On first down, they give it to Martin again, and he will get about 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Indiana Hoosiers. So it's been Kobe, my favorite, Martin, the last 3 rushes. The last 3 rushes, I beg your pardon. So should I do the post game here, folks, or should I do another stream? Set up a separate stream for it? I'm thinking I'll do it here. I want to do it the way Jake Assman do it, where he has callers coming in, but don't have enough. I haven't been consistent enough on the streams. That will get fixed to have people call in for the post game show. But I really want to do that. 2 receivers right, lone slot left is Kolakowski. They give it to Martin again, this time sweeping left, and Martin breaks a tackle. He'll still get a pair. As we're down to 5:55 remaining in the ball game, gain of 3 on that play. It's 3rd down and 4. You can expect Martin to touch the ball again. Nope, he'll come out. Fernando Mendoza is in complete command of this offense. Kalen Black now in the backfield for Indiana. And on those 4 plays, Kobe Martin has averaged 10.5 yards per carry. 4 plays for 42 yards. Kalen Black now stands to the right of Mendoza in an offset pistol formation. Kowalkowski in motion. They give it to Black running straight ahead. First down. He's gone. Touchdown, Indiana. That is 55 points. 23-yard touchdown for Kalen Black. Wow. It'll be Indiana and Miami for the national championship next Monday night, the 19th. So after a scoreless first quarter in the Rose Bowl, Indiana has scored in every other quarter since. Up and good with the extra point. And I'm not making the score up. It is Indiana 56 and Oregon 15. We're back after this timeout. Holy cow.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Multimedia Incorporated, proudly presents.
Back to business as Quinn Warren kicks it off for the 8th time tonight. And he will put it to and through the end zone for a touchback. The key in this game, Oregon's turned the ball over 3 times. Indiana converted it to 21 points. Fernando Mendoza has thrown 5 touchdown passes. 5. And he's shaking the hands of his offensive line. Mom and dad looking on. Unreal. Unreal. Mom and dad smiling for a selfie with a couple of Indiana fans. Oh, it's Fernando Sr. that was the offensive lineman on his youth team. I don't think Deb will be available to do that game with me. Sidearm pass right is caught. 14 yards to Jeremiah McClellan and a first down. 5 minutes left. Indiana has hung 56 points on Oregon. They hung 30 on them in Autzen. A tipped ball that became an interception changed that game. And an interception that turned into a pick 6 on the first play of the game basically rendered this game useless for Oregon. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Moore under center this time. He fakes the handoff and rolls right, looking to throw, and just chucks it out of bounds, incomplete. 4:31 left. 2nd down and 10. This is crazy. This is absolutely bleeping crazy. Honey, I want you to listen carefully. The Indiana Hoosiers are going to play for the national championship. Flip out pass to McClellan, and McClellan gets 9 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 48. 4:05 left in the ball game. It'll be the Indiana Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes for the national championship next Monday night. 3rd and 1. They go with the power I formation, and they give it to Harris running to the left, and Harris is there. First down, Oregon. With 3:40 remaining. On a 3rd and 1, Oregon converts. That's their first 3rd down conversion in a while. Harris stays in the game, standing to the left of Dante Moore. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Now Harris switches sides out of the gun. Moore to throw. Back, curls out to his left, backpedaling and throwing, and it's incomplete. The pressure from Indiana's defense has been absolutely relentless. 2nd and 10 with 3:10 remaining in the ball game. And it is all Indiana. I believe this to be the most points scored in a CFP playoff or national championship game. 56. I believe this to be a record. .310 remaining. 2nd down and 10 for Dante Moore and company. Moore out of the gun, takes the belt high shotgun snap, looks to throw, fires right. De'Air Hill escapes, has a first down and more, and he bangs the defender out of bounds. Inside the 40, down to the 38, or down to the 39-yard line on a gain of 12 and a first down for Oregon. And they're looking for some respectability points. They got about 400 yards of offense, but 3 turnovers, 3 touchdowns. From the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Fake to Hill, back to throw is Moore. Fires left, incomplete. Looking for Takorian Moore. 2nd and 10 with 2:28 remaining. Actually, that's wrong. In the CFP era, 4 teams or 12 teams, The most number of points scored in a CFP playoff game is 59. And oddly enough, that record is owned by Oregon. It came against Florida State in 2015. 2nd and 10. Snap to Moore, and the pop pass goes for a loss. McClellan on the reception. And that more than likely will take us to the 2-minute warning. I'm shaking my head because I believed Indiana could win. I also believe they could win going away. But I would never imagine 56 points. Indiana, Miami will play for the national championship. 2 minutes left. Indiana 56, Oregon 15. Back after this timeout from Climb for Chris. Hey, Chicago, it's time to climb. Excitement is in the air as we come together for something extraordinary. The Climb for Chris fundraising event, a celebration of strength, community, and unwavering hope. One of our own, Brother Rice class of 2009, a leader, a coach, a friend, a father, Chris Hilliard has spent his life lifting others up, guiding young athletes, inspiring students, and taking every chance to explore the world with his wife Lauren and their 1-year-old son. But in September of 2024, everything changed. Chris was diagnosed with a rare, aggressive brain tumor. Since then, he's been in constant, grueling treatment, traveling out of state almost every other week, from last-minute flights to long hotel stays to meals and rental cars. The bills add up fast. Chris is now a part of an international clinical trial, a treatment path that gives real hope. But staying in the fight means staying in the program, and staying in the program means more travel, more time away, and more mounting expenses. So now it's our turn to show up for him. Join us at Climb for Chris, featuring live music from Maggie Speaks, great food, drinks, raffles, and a community ready to stand tall. Every dollar raised goes toward Chris's medical and travel costs so he can focus on healing, not bills. Every $10 makes a difference. And if you can't give today, sharing the page helps more than you know. Chris is always the one who shows up when it matters. Now we climb for him. Be a part of the miracle. Be a part of the movement. Join us, support, pray, and share. Together, we climb. Learn more and contribute today at Climb for Chris by visiting climbforchris.com. I'm just sitting here shaking my head. 56 points. Incredible. We owe you an ID. Let's pause for station identification. This is Snowman Multimedia Sports.
You're listening to WJKS-TV, your Hoosier sports home and Indiana Sports Hub play-by-play voice.
2 minutes left in what has become a blowout, a massacre, and whatever the heck else you want to call it. Oregon spends a timeout. They'll have one remaining. Indiana will have 2 timeouts remaining. Going forward, after the college football season completes, we'll dive into women college basketball and women college hockey. Got a couple of those on the docket. We'll have our post game here. And they're all bringing tribute to Sean McDonough, who is absolutely awesome. They're showing the ESPN operating crew, the camera operators, and on first and Moore to throw on 3rd and 12 over the middle. It's complete, and that is a first down and Moore inside the 20, 15, 10, and dragged down by his horse collar at the 2-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson on the reception, 39-yard gain on that play. And as I mentioned, Oregon is looking for some respectability points. And that stiff arm by Jeremiah Johnson brought the Indiana defender down to the ground. First and goal, 1:35 left in the ball game. Hoping this is the final score of the night. It'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. Out of the power I formation. They turn and hand it to the running back running straight ahead, and he runs into a crimson wall. Second and goal for Oregon. 70 seconds remaining. Indiana has scored the second most points, as Jay Harris was on the carry that time. We're down to the final minute of this here ball game, and Oregon either gets in or they don't. 55, 54, 53, 52 seconds. Down to 50. 14 on the play clock. Second and goal from the 2. 2 receivers left, lone slot right. Snap to Moore, looking. A fade to the end zone, incomplete. And a flag flies in for an interference. Saliapaga, the intended receiver, Roger Saliapaga. Interference coming up against Indiana with 34 seconds left, so that'll move the ball down to the 1-yard line. And it'll be second and goal from the 1. 34 seconds left. Oregon, as mentioned, trying to get some respectability points as they have been blown to smithereens tonight for the second time by Indiana. Trips left, slot right, and Moore bobbled the snap. Fires end zone, incomplete. That's the night in microcosm for the Oregon Ducks. That is the night in microcosm for the Oregon Ducks. Moore bobbled the snap, had to recover it, and then had to fling it out of bounds as the pressure was coming. 29 seconds left in this CFP semifinal game at the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Second and goal from the 1 for the Oregon Ducks. They'll line up 2 receivers to the right, and Sadiq now comes in motion from left to right. They give it to, it's Moore. Fires, caught, touchdown Oregon. Roger Saliapaga with the touchdown reception, the last score of the night. And Oregon makes it 56-21. Now, there's no over-the-top celebrations because Oregon knows they got their butts kicked tonight. So Dante Moore with another touchdown throw. 22 seconds left in this ball game. Atticus Sappington to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And it's 56-22, and some of the high cost seat earners, or seat holders rather, have broken camp. Alberto Mendoza, I guarantee you, will take the final snap of the game. Fernando Mendoza, 17 of 20, 177 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's his 3rd game this year with 5 touchdown passes. That's the most in Division I. Well, to use Matt Stoney's phrase, the beating they gave to Alabama, they thoroughly enjoyed. And Oregon came up against Indiana, and they got thoroughly destroyed. Atticus Sappington to kick off for the final time tonight. We'll get you all the stats, facts, and figures during our post-game show. If you got your comments, make sure you leave them down below. If you want to help the channel, you can drop a super chat, a like, a donation, a subscribe, and this kick will go to and through the end zone for a touchback. And Kurt Signetti and the Indiana Hoosiers will try to run the table a week from Monday. Alberto Mendoza is in at quarterback, so Indiana will be the home team in the national championship, being the number 1 seed, facing the number 10 seed Miami Hurricanes. Nope, it's Fernando Mendoza that will take the final snap of the ball game. He deserves it. He takes a knee, and this ball game is over. In the immortal words of one Jack Buck, I can't believe what I just saw. Dan Lanning and Kurt Signetti exchanging pleasantries at midfield. Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, throwing for only 177 yards, but throwing 5 touchdown passes. Your final score, Indiana 56, Oregon 22. Ay, caramba. What a game. What a game for Indiana. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie. Oregon does not hold the record. Georgia does when they scored 65 against TCU in the 2022 national championship game. Thank you for that correction. I appreciate that. So it's Georgia that holds the record for the most points in a CFP playoff game and not Florida State, as I incorrectly mentioned. Georgia had 65 against TCU, Oregon 59 against Florida State, and now in third place is Indiana with 56 in the semifinal, in a playoff semifinal game. Wow. What a game for Indiana. And I will echo his comment right here. Wait, Indiana 56-22? Huh? Wow. Wow. The post game comes your way after this.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Holy cow, what a performance by the Indiana Hoosiers. They now moved to 15-0 on the year. Oregon finishes their season at 13-2. I mentioned earlier, someone made a correction for me, and I'm glad they did. The most points in a CFP playoff game belongs to Georgia when they hung 65 on TCU and beat them 65-7. Time now for a post-game show presented by Wanna Parlay, the world's richest parlay. Let's go over the final stats of the game. For Oregon, Dante Moore led them with he was 24 of 39, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and we'll explain that pick in a moment. De'Air Hill carried 5 times for 86 yards to lead them in rushing. Jeremiah Johnson caught 4 for 83 yards for Oregon. Brian Botcher led them with 11 tackles, 1 sack for Nick Wyatt. Those are your individual leaders for Oregon. For Indiana, Fernando Mendoza, 17 of 20, 177 yards, 5 touchdowns on the night. Kalen Black led them in rushing, 12 carries, 62 yards. He scored twice. Elijah Surratt caught 7 for 75 yards with 2 touchdowns. Then Dukwe had 2 sacks for Indiana, and Fisher led with 5 solo tackles, 9 total tackles on the night. 378 yards for Oregon, 362 for Indiana. Oregon had more first downs, 20-18. Each team had 5 penalties. Oregon for 43 yards, Indiana for 23. Oregon 8 for 13 on third down. Indiana 11 for 14. Oregon was 0 for 2 on fourth down. Indiana held the possession more, 31 minutes, 13 seconds to 28-47. And the biggest number of the night goes this way: 3 turnovers for Indiana, 3 turnovers for Oregon, none for Indiana. And those 3 turnovers became 21 points, and the Hoosiers were on their way. And it was the first play of the game as Dante Moore's first pass was picked off and raced back for a touchdown. And as mentioned, Indiana was on their way. Indiana was only favored by 4, and I say only because they hung 56 on Oregon and allowed Oregon only 22 points. Tough sledding for the Oregon Ducks tonight as they get beat by Indiana for the second time. First time, of course, it was 30-20 at that loud house called Autzen Stadium. Tiger Stripes Media joining us for our post-game show. Thank you very much for that. And we're going to take a break. We'll come back. I'll have some final thoughts, and we'll get you ready for our broadcast this weekend. Final score one more time: Indiana 56, Oregon 22. Inside of the Wanna Parlay post-game show. More after this.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze claw.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
(56-22) is the final score of tonight's game. And now an accountability report from yours truly. When I got here this evening, everything was not set up the way I had hoped. I had hoped to use 2 monitors tonight, figured out the problem. Going to solve it this weekend so that when we get back to doing games next week, I'll have the setup exactly the way that I want. Just requires a couple of purchases. And also, I was using open broadcast software as I look to get this banner down here. I was using open broadcast software to start the game because I love the setup that it has, but unfortunately it did not cooperate because the broadcast kept skipping, dropping frames, and I'm going to do some playing around with it today and tomorrow to get it to where it doesn't drop any frames. But unfortunately, I couldn't use that. I did use this tonight and got through the rest of the game. I did all 4. I had a good meal. My wife brought me some cabbage sausage soup, and it's absolutely delicious. And we got to the end of the ball game. We got in all our breaks. We got everything in that we needed to get in, including an ID, and I'm going to start using more of those for the simulcast. But our final tonight, and that's our accountability report. And I'm going to do that every single game to hold myself accountable for A, not missing any games, B, identifying what problems, if any, that we had, and C, correcting them. And you guys being here really, really helps. Final score one more time. Indiana 56 and Oregon 22. Tomorrow, Packers and Bears. Our pregame show will start at 7:30. We'll take you all the way to kickoff, approximately 40 minutes of pregame as we break down these two teams. We'll describe what happened and take you all the way to and through that game. And then on Sunday, 4:30 with a 4 o'clock pregame show, it's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me correct myself. The world champion Philadelphia Eagles from Philadelphia. And I already told my Eagle fans, don't hurt us too bad. We're already hurting. Oh, man. Good game tonight. Good broadcast. Only going to get better. We may use Rams-Panthers as a practice tomorrow, like do a quarter plus of a practice or find a basketball game that weekend, a women's basketball game that we can do a practice run on with the new set that we're gonna put together. But we're gonna get it together, and I know the tools that I'm going to use right now. Final score: Indiana 56, Oregon 22. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. Victor Locke is our engineer. Shane Lake is our co-engineer. Our broadcast associate and our broadcast manager is the great Dr. K. Jody Snow. Thank you all very much. We'll see you tomorrow for Packers and Bears from Soldier Field. Good night, and God bless everybody. The preceding has been a presentation of Snowman Multimedia Sports, copyright 2026. Good night, everybody.